Game number 41 of the YD Red Sox season as we are into the home stretch. Sees the Red Sox make their final trip of the regular season to Stony Brook Field, home of the Brewster Whitecaps, as YD and Brewster meet for the final time in the regular year. These two teams projected to be playing each other in the first round of the playoffs. We may be seeing a playoff preview right here today. Poley, Perri, Kitei alongside, and Perri, a forgettable final few innings yesterday for YD, a blown lead, an uncharacteristic losing decision we saw Landon Vitalshees take yesterday. The Red Sox now looking to rebound as they can clinch the division over these next couple of days.
It was a fluky outing for sure for Landon Vitalshees. Hadn't given up the long ball all season. Did so twice in one inning. Unfortunately for YD, that spelled the end of their day. Looked good through the first couple of innings, but those bats did not get going after the fourth, and they were scoreless from that point on. Eventually fell behind 7-6 after a 5-run inning from Harwich, and that was the losing decision. There were some questionable calls along the way, but the bottom line was the YD bats did not give the run support to the pitching staff when needed. We've been talking so much about how this team has the highest of highs and the lowest of lows, so to speak, and I think moving forward it's all about evening it out and just getting that solid performance day to day. Doesn't need to be the best performance, but consistency is something this team is still looking for, and it's getting close in the East. YD's led all season, but it's looking like it might be on the line if they can't close out these next couple of games.
Enzo Apodaca at the plate. First pitch comes in, and it's a strike on the inner half of the corner. 0-1. 4:03 p.m. is our start time on this Sunday afternoon from Stony Brook Field. Sunny Stony Brook Field in Brewster, Massachusetts. 0-1 wind and pitch. That misses underneath the zone. A ball and a strike. Clark Candiati, the righty, transferring into the University of Arizona, will get the start for Brewster. It's his second start of the year. He's been with the Whitecaps for just over a week. 1-1. Misses outside on the fastball. 2 balls and a strike. Fastball, curveball, slider, and changeup for Candiati, who spent this past spring at Wichita State. He has been a journeyman throughout his college career. 2-1 to Apodaca. Swings and hits this one hard out towards right field. Pearson going back at the wall, and it's out of here. Leadoff homer, Enzo Apodaca. It's his first of the year, and the Red Sox take a 1-0 lead.
We have not seen that kind of power out of the bat of Enzo Apodaca all year. He had a couple of long balls at Gonzaga last season, and what a start for the game. What a start for him. A couple of days ago, he was the only YD hitter without a hit, and absolutely not the case today.
So 1-0 Red Sox for Ryan Stafford as Candiati kicks and deals. A first pitch comes in on Stafford for ball 1. Apodaca with his first homer of the year. And
went
YD
opposite field on that too.
Leading 1-0. Wind the kick in the 1-0. Breaks down low, maybe clipped a piece of the dirt there. 2 balls, no strikes from Candiati. Ryan Stafford hitting .288 this season, 1 home run and 7 brought in. He hit leadoff yesterday for the Red Sox, was 1 for 3 with 2 free passes. 2-0 pitch. Swinging a foul ball, grounded up the left side. And it's 2 balls and a strike. Stafford wearing the arm sleeve on the right arm. It is a navy blue Evo shield. He's got the red jersey top on, white bottoms for YD today on the road. 2-1 pitch. Swing and a miss on the breaking ball away. Stafford went chasing after that one, and the count evens up at 2-2. Brewster wearing their white uniforms with the pinstripes and the aqua caps. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Stafford. The pitch. Breaking ball reached for, grounded up towards first base. Takes a hop on Jones, but he handles it and will trot it over to first to step on the bag for the first out of the inning. 1 away in the first following the leadoff homer from Enzo Apodaca. RJ Austin out of the 3-hole now will bat for YD. Second straight righty that has come to the plate for the Red Sox against the right-hander Clark Candiati. 1-0 YD after the deep fly by Enzo Apodaca. Candiati throws home, bunt is shown and pushed across, but Austin missed the ball there, and that's strike 1. 0-1 to RJ. who can be trusted for at least one hit, it feels like, every game for YD. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Breaks off the plate, 1-1.
When you're talking about consistency, his name is at the top of the list. He's bolstered YD's lineup. They really missed him when he was injured for a week, and it shows you the impact that he has on the scorecard every day.
1-1 pitch. Sinks down low, 2-1. Austin had a hit and a run scored yesterday. He also walked in the ninth when YD was down 7-6, had runners on first and second, but failed to score the tying run. 2-1 pitch. Beaten into the ground, chopped over towards second. Diaz fields it on a couple hops and throws out his college teammate at first. 4-3, he is put out for the second out of the inning. RJ Austin falls to 0 for 1, 2 away in a 1-0 game led by YD in the top of the first, and Braden Montgomery, hitting out of the cleanup spot, will now bat from the lefty box.
Playing the splits as always as a switch hitter. Montgomery goes against the handedness of the pitcher on the mound.
Candiotti throws the first pitch. Breaking ball away, 1 ball, no strikes to Montgomery. Yesterday he was hitless, 0 for 4, but prior to that had his best day of the season in a 14-0 win over Bourne. 1-0 pitch on the way. And he broke his bat, softly hit grounder towards short. Coming around it, the throw made onto first by White, and that will end the inning. YD, though, gets a leadoff homer from Enzo Apodaca, who blasts out his first deep fly of the year, and the Red Sox strike first in this one. 1-0 YD as we head to the home half of the first inning. You're listening to YD Baseball on the Cape League Broadcast Network. One 0 Red Sox in the last of the first inning here from Brewster. Lucas Poley with Perri Kitei. Thanks so much for joining us on this Sunday afternoon. Tyler Petterini will lead off against Jackson Kent, the lefty out of Arizona, immediately into the wind. He deals the first pitch, and it slides down and away for ball 1. 1-0 Red Sox off the leadoff homer in the top of the first by Enzo Apodaca. 1-0 pitch. Down low again. 2 balls, no strikes from Jackson Kent, who comes in throwing 20 innings this season, 21 strikeouts, and a 2.25 ERA for the Arizona Wildcat lefty.
Just the third game as a Whitecap for Petterini.
2-0, hit in the air, shallow center field, coming in on it. Apodaca, the long run in, now sliding. He makes the catch for the first out of the inning. Just kept going there towards the infield, and puts that one away for the first out.
Doing it all on both sides. Leadoff home run and starts it off with a sliding catch in center field. Apodaca is all over the place today.
So now Davis Diaz will hit. Bases empty and 1 away. Kent winds and throws. Pitch comes in near the elbow for ball 1 against Diaz. .263 hitter on the year, 2 home runs and 10 driven in. 1-0 pitch. Breaking ball finds the zone for strike one. First called strike that Kent has dealt out, or I beg your pardon. No, it was indeed the first one. Misread there. 1-1, swinging a foul tip into the glove behind the plate. It's a ball and 2 strikes to Diaz.
Diaz out of Vanderbilt, as you said, college teammates with YD's RJ Austin.
Threw him out from second base in the last inning. Lefty on righty with 1 away in the bottom of the first. Kent kicks and throws. Breaking ball in, taken by Diaz, and it's 2-2. Ryan Stafford getting the start behind the plate for YD. He has been a regular in the lineup, whether it has been behind the plate or out in left field. 2-2 pitch. Lined up the middle, that's a base hit. Diaz goes right back up the center of the field there. Met that one out in front and sent it back where it came from. That's the first hit of the game for the Whitecaps. And there's a man on first with 1 away for Josh Pearson as Brewster looks to answer to YD's 1 run in the top of the first inning.
Pearson out of LSU has become one of the most consistent hitters for Brewster and has done well against YD.
Breaking ball down low for ball 1 on the first pitch. Hitting .278 this year. 3 home runs of his 17 hits.
He's 3 for 9 with a walk, an RBI, and a run scored in his couple of appearances versus the Red Sox.
1-0 pitch. Looping breaking ball called strike on the inner half of the zone, waist high, 1-1. One and one the count. Pearson rocking his LSU purple Marucci batting helmet. Left on left with a runner on first. The kick and the pitch. Slides away that time. Stafford gloves it, and it's 2 balls and a strike. 1-0 YD. Davis Diaz over on first base. Josh Pearson at the plate. Kent out of the stretch. The pitch. Slow grounder up towards third. Darby shifted over, throws to second for 1. Turn on to first is not in time. That was just a slow grounder that got eaten up by the infield grass. Xander Darby was playing almost in the spot where a shortstop would be if the infield was in near the edge of the grass. Was able to get the lead runner at second. It's a fielder's choice for Josh Pearson, and that will bring up Jared Jones, the first baseman for Brewster. Left on right with a runner on first and 2 away in a 1-0 game. YD in front. Kent throws the first pitch. Swing and a miss. Pulled the string there as he had Jones out in front. And it's no balls and a strike to the LSU Tiger. Back-to-back Tigers sitting in this lineup for Brewster. They'll be followed by another Tiger from a different SEC school like Irish from Auburn in the circle. 0-1 pitch. Grounder up towards third. Darby goes to second for it, and he only needs 1. It's in time. And a fielder's choice for Jones ends the inning. Brewster gets a 1-out hit from Davis Diaz, but fails to score in the first. It's 1-0 Red Sox. As we head to inning number 2, it'll be Hines, Darby, and Gleed due up for YD when we come back. You're listening to Red Sox Baseball on the Cape League Broadcast Network.
Leading off for the YD Red Sox.
Hunter Hines leads off for the Red Sox. Top two, 1-0 YD over the Brewster Whitecaps in the final meeting between YD and Brewster in the regular season. 1 versus 4 in the East Division standings. Clark Candiotti back out onto the mound for Brewster. Winds and deals. First pitch outside for ball 1 to Hunter Hines, who briefly lost his home run lead that he has held for the majority of the season yesterday before hitting a home run of his own. 1-0 pitch comes in, and he rips it foul on the right side. It'll even the count at 1-1. Hit his 11th home run of the season yesterday. He also has 38 RBIs to go along with it. Right on left, Candiotti throws the 1-1. Swing and a miss. Breaking ball down low, and it's a ball and 2 strikes to the leadoff hitter in the top of the second inning. Hunter Hines batting out of the 5-hole and DHing today for YD.
Hines was at the plate with 2 on.
1-2 flies high, 2-2.
With 2 outs in the bottom of the 9th yesterday. In a 2-2 count, he was rung up to end the game on a pitch that I really don't think was a strike. So disappointing end to the game yesterday.
2-2 pitch. Lined right side. That's a base hit, and that'll get into the corner. Hines will head for 2, and it looks like he will just jog in there. It looks like it went out of play on the right side. That's out of our view, but it's a ground rule double for Hunter Hines. And back where he left off, an extra base hit for him for his 2nd straight game. And Hines into scoring position for Xander Darby with nobody out in the top of the second as YD looks to add to a 1-0 lead.
The last time YD visited Brewster, they had probably, if I had to guess, their most extra base hits of the season. They were really finding the gaps in the outfield well, and Hines hits the 2nd extra base hit of the day today after Apodaca's home run.
First pitch on the way. Darby takes a breaking ball strike at the top part of the zone, 0-1. Righty on lefty here to Darby. He's been one of YD's better hitters over the last couple of weeks. 0-1 to the 306 hitter. Trying to add to an RBI tally that stands at 14 on the season. 0-1 pitch. Fastball low, 1-1. Runner on second, nobody out in a 1-0 game led by the Red Sox. Xander Darby in familiar territory here at Stony Brook Field. Came to Brewster Whitecaps kids camp as a kid. 1-1 pitch. Fastball called strike on the outer corner, and it's 1-2. Darby climbs back into the lefty box. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Hunter Hines standing over on second, about 2 shuffles off the bag. 1-2 pitch. Breaking ball low, and it kicks away up to the right side wall. That will allow Hines to jog from second to third, and he is 90 feet away now with the count 2-2 to Xander Darby.
I love watching Hunter Hines in the base paths because he's not someone that you anticipate will steal a base. And so when the ball gets passed, you saw it on the double too. Another guy maybe would have turned and ran for third, and he just holds up and jogs in there like it's no big deal.
2 balls, 2 strikes to Xander Darby. Infield not in for Brewster. Ground ball could maybe score him. Pitch hit in the air, fairly shallow out towards left field. Long run for Tibbetts, but he makes the catch. Hines will bluff, but will not try to go for home. That's the first out of the inning as Hines returns to third. So a runner on third and 1 out now in the top of the second inning. And Dub Gleed tries to stand into the righty box and double YD's 1-0 lead.
Gleed's average has slowly been on the rise, but he has 15 RBIs. He has more RBIs than he has hits this season, so he has been doing his job for the Red Sox.
0 for 3 yesterday, but did score a run after he walked.
As long as he puts this one in play, Hines should be able to come home.
First pitch on the way. Breaking ball called strike at the letters, 0-1. Infield is not coming in as they don't feel too concerned with Hunter Hines on third.
Come on, Dub. Lucky fours.
Middle infield back to the deepest part of the infield. Corner playing a little behind the bags at first and third. 0-1 to Gleed. He squares to bunt, puts it up the first base line and foul. And the count moves to 0-2. Hines started to break for the plate on contact there. No balls and 2 strikes. The count to Dub Gleed now following the unsuccessful bunt attempt. Oh, 2 pitch. Taken off the plate, a breaking ball that just slid away, and it's a ball and 2 strikes. Leads RBI total that stands at 15 off just 14 hits, helped in part that he's blasted out 2 home runs this season. Shown a lot of pop. Outfield playing pretty normal level for Brewster. The 1-2 deal. Called strike 3. Takes it down the heart of the plate, and Candiotti now just 1 out away from stranding a runner on third with nobody out, as now 2 away in the inning. Still the runner on third for Ryan Jackson, as YD will need a hit to get the RBI. Jackson, the right-handed hitter out of USC, yesterday was 1 for 4 with a single and an RBI groundout. Everybody in the lineup yesterday, it felt like did something productive, but Whitey fell just short. First pitch on the way to Jackson, and he takes just underneath the zone 1-0. Restrap the gloves. Jackson out of USC has been quietly one of Whitey's better hitters since he's joined the team, hitting .340. It's 1 home run that came at Eldridge Park against Orleans. 1-0 pitch, swing and a miss. Breaking ball got away from his bat there, and it's a ball and a strike.
Jackson is 15 for 44 through his first 16 games on the Cape. He had a streak of 6 games in there when 5 of them were multi-hit games.
1-1 count to Jackson, standing tall in the righty box. Still out of the stretch, Candiotti kicks and deals. Check swing on a pitch in the dirt. It's blocked down by Leach. And they will say Jackson held. There is no appeal to third. Vincenzo Mariano, the home plate umpire today for this game, calls that one ball 2 in the dirt. It's 2 balls and a strike to Ryan Jackson. Favorable count to the USC Trojan. A long hold from Candiotti. Now he sets just above the belt. 2-1 offering on the way. Swing and a broken bat liner towards shallow left field. That'll drop in for a base hit. Hines comes in standing up to score. It's an RBI single for Ryan Jackson. And the Red Sox get their second in the top of the second inning. It's 2-0.
9th RBI of the season for Jackson through now what's his 17th game of the season.
Number 11, Theo Hardy.
Theo Hardy at the plate for YD. Runner on first, 2 away, and a 2-0 game. Red Sox out in front. Right on left to the switch hitter with no batting gloves. First pitch, spiked down low. It's squeezed between the legs by Leach as Hardy takes ball 1.
Hardy has started up a little streak of his own. 2 games with hits in a row now. Had a 3-hit game at Bourne in YD's 14-0 win on Friday.
Ball and no strikes to Theo. Jackson, small lead. He goes. Pitch is down low, swing and a miss. He bluffed now as the back pick comes to first, but Jackson returned to the bag when that pitch was partway home to the plate. It's a ball and a strike to Theo Hardy. 2 outs in the top of the second inning, and it's 2-0 Red Sox. Candiotti picks over to first. Jackson slides back safely on a very snappy pickoff move that was tough for Jared Jones to handle at first base. 1-1 count to Theo Hardy, who shimmies back into the lefty box. The pitch, bunt is up, and the pitch sails high as Hardy pulls it back. It's 2-1. Two balls and a strike to the San Jose State Spartan, Theo Hardy. He's got 5 hits on the season through 40 at-bats. Favorable hitters count The pitch hit towards the opposite field and left, tailing away into foul territory. It'll drop foul.
Hardy made it all the way up almost to first base with the bat still in his hand. He knew that one was tailing foul, but started his run anyways, just in case a miracle wind came in.
So the count moves to 2-2 to Hardy. Candiotti looking to limit Whitey's production on 2 outs to just 1 run as they lead it 2-0 after the 2-out RBI single by Ryan Jackson. He's on first. Pickoff comes over to first, and Jackson is back easily with a very, very small lead on first base.
Bringing that run home with 2 outs on was really big for the Red Sox. Yesterday, they stranded a lot of guys on the base paths during those scoreless 5 innings to end the game. So coming up with a runner on third and bringing him home, really big.
2-2 grounder right side and foul. Hard hit, but right of the chalk, and we will do it again at 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes to Hardy. Leaning back, circling his bat. Now ready's up in the box. Going to keep this rally going for YD. 2-2 pitch. Taken off the plate, 3-2. A good eye by Hardy on a pitch that was awfully close. Jackson will get a head start now with a full count and 2 away. Candiotti got a looking strikeout earlier in this inning, nearly had one there, but pitch just missed, and Hardy sees another. The payoff, hit in the air, left center field. This should be playable for Tibbetts, who ranges over into the gap, camped underneath it. He makes the catch, and that retires the side. But YD gets another clutch 2-out hit. This time it's Ryan Jackson. He's the provider of an RBI single that brought in Hunter Hines. It's 2-0 Red Sox as we head to the bottom of the second inning. Stay tuned. You're listening to Red Sox Baseball on the Cape League Broadcast Network.
Leading off for the Whitecaps, the designated hitter.
2-0 YD as we've reached the bottom of the second inning. From Brewster, Ike Irish leads off for the Whitecaps. Designated hitter out of Auburn against Jackson Kent. Gave up 1 hit but no runs in the first. He winds and deals. A first pitch low for ball 1. Irish has seen his average get up to 298 this season. Left-handed batter. 1-0 pitch on the way. He fouls it straight back, and it's 1-1. Tall frame for the Auburn Tiger. He's been in the lineup a decent amount against YD this season. 1-1 pitch rather is pushed foul sharply into the screening on the left side, just above the Brewster dugout. It's a ball and 2 strikes.
Irish was an all-star starter in the DH position, one of 7 Brewster starters.
1-2.
Brewster all-stars, I should say.
Misses down low. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Was a freshman All-American at Auburn, SEC all-freshman team.
2-2 swung on and missed. Strike 3. Brought the fastball that time and couldn't connect to the heat. That's the first strikeout for Jackson Kent. 1 away in the bottom of the second inning for Brock Tibbetts, who we've normally seen near the top of the lineup for Jamie Shevchuk and the Brewster Whitecaps this season, but today hitting 6th. First pitch to him. High at the letters above the script Whitecaps on the jersey. It's a ball and no strikes. Tibbetts, the IU Hoosier, sees the 1-0 and hits it up in the infield just behind the pitcher's mound. Calling for it, Theo Hardy puts it away with 2 hands. Quickly 2 away in the bottom of the 2nd. Nobody on and 2 outs with YD on top, 2-0. Mason White, they'll try to keep this inning alive. The shortstop for Brewster out of Arizona. A lot of Wildcats in this game. Against his college teammate on the mound, Jackson Kent. Lefty on lefty. Kent throws the first pitch. A breaking ball comes in near the kneecaps for ball 1. White hitting .202 on the year with 2 home runs and 15 ribbies. 1-0 pitch. Breaking ball hammered right side, but foul. Just got away from the glove of Dub Gleed on the liner, but it dropped in foul territory. That moves the count to 1-1 to Mason White. Tucson, Arizona native. Kent's 1-1 pitch. Just off the plate and maybe a tad low that time as well, as it's 2 balls and a strike now to Mason White. Nobody on, 2 down. Kent working quickly. Now the pitch. Swing and a miss. Brought the heat to the inner half of the zone that time, and White swung underneath it. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Kent shakes 1, shakes 2. Into the windup on the 3rd. The pitch. Called strike 3, and the fastball in the low part of the zone. Second strikeout of the inning, and that retires the bottom of the 2nd. Heading to the 3rd here from Stony Brook Field. Jackson Kent dealing. It's 2-0 Red Sox on the Cape League Broadcast Network. Cape Cod isn't just any community, it's our community. At Cape Cod Healthcare, our mission to provide exceptional high-quality care for our neighbors and visitors is at the core of everything we do. From wellness initiatives and preventative screenings to leading-edge technology and specialized clinical expertise, our dedicated team is committed to delivering care that enhances the well-being of all in this special region. Cape Cod Healthcare congratulates the Cape Cod Baseball League on its 100-year anniversary and is proud to be this year's official healthcare sponsor. Learn more at capecodhealth.org. Cape Cod Healthcare, caring, commitment, community. Front end of the 3rd inning here from Stony Brook Field in Brewster. Luke West Poley with Perri Kitei alongside as YD leads the Brewster Whitecaps 2-0 in the last meeting between these two squads in the regular season. Top of the order and the home run hitter up to the plate for the Red Sox, Senzo Apodaca, hit his first of the season over the right field wall. Back in the 1st inning to lead off the game. He is back in to face off against Clark Candiotti for the 2nd time. Long hold from the future Arizona Wildcat. Now the first pitch, and he hits this one out towards the left center gap, but high in the air. Robertson coming over and makes the catch on it for the first out of the inning. 1 away for Ryan Stafford. 2-0 YD still. As mentioned, the future Arizona Wildcat Clark Candiotti. We've seen a lot of Arizona representation in this game so far. Candiotti, kind of the transfer portal personified, if you will. Headed into his 5th year of college. It's the first pitch to Stafford. It's a breaking ball that finishes low for ball one. Candiotti will be heading to Arizona. That's his 5th school in 5 years. 1-0 pitch on the way, and it's in there for a strike. Candiotti began at the Division I level with St. Mary's College, the Gales, before heading the JUCO route for stints at Grayson College and Vernon College, then bounced back D1 with Wichita State this past spring, and will be doing a grad year at Arizona. 1-1 pitch, bounces in for ball two. Had a strong year with the Shockers, was first team All-AAC, and was the Friday starter for Wichita State.
I understand transferring once, even twice, but
2-1 is bunted foul on the left side by Stafford, and it's 2-2.
I just can't imagine never wanting any consistency, especially with coaching staff and with teammates. It seems hard to start over all the time, but I guess some people want to diversify their experiences and think that playing in a lot of different places against a lot of different guys is helpful.
2-2 is fouled off. Coaching staffs and philosophies, I'm sure a lot played into it. His brother played at St. Mary's. He started there. That's a team that almost exclusively recruits out of the state of California. Rare to see someone not from California on that roster, and then went JUCO before getting back to D1. 2-2. Stafford crushes this one high in the air out towards right. Pearson ranging over towards the line, and he makes the catch for the first out of the inning. Loud out there, or the second out rather, I should say. Loud out for Ryan Stafford, 2 away now for R.J. Austin. Clark Candiotti is the son of Tom Candiotti, who was a knuckleballer who had a 16-year career in the major leagues. 2-0 Red Sox in the top of the third, 2 away, and the base is clear for R.J. Austin. Long wind, a pump, and a pitch. Austin takes a strike on a sweeping ball over the outer half of the zone, 0-1.
There's a documentary crew here today that have been following Austin for 2 years now.
0-1 pitch. He takes up high. It's a ball and a strike.
They're tracking his journey from high school through college and eventually, hopefully, to the major leagues. It's part of a series from this company, and it's cool to see someone who was marked at such a young age as having a future.
1-1 is crushed foul on the left side.
In the pro leagues and is living up to those expectations. SEC tournament MVP his freshman year at Vanderbilt, has done phenomenally here in the Cape so far for the Red Sox, and surely has a bright future ahead of him.
1-2 pitch. Rolled over foul on the left side and towards the Brewster dugout. It's 1-2. Filmmaker that is spearheading that documentary played for Scott Pickler back in, I believe, 2010. Played at Boston College. Ball and 2 strikes to Austin. Little shoulder shake, now the pitch. Breaking ball way outside, and Austin lays off. That evens the count at 2-2.
And if you were going to do a documentary about anyone, R.J. Austin is the person to do it about. He is such a stand-up guy and has used his influence in NIL deals to really make an impact on different communities.
2-2 pitch. Lifted up into the shallow outfield in center. Robertson saying he has it. Running in, he makes the catch. 10 feet into the grass, and that retires the top of the third. 3 flyouts for the Red Sox in the inning. They go scoreless for the first time. It's 2-0 YD, headed to the bottom half of the inning. You're listening to YD Baseball on the Cape League Broadcast Network. Stay tuned. Quickly into the bottom of the third inning here from Brewster. Luke West Poley and Perri Kitei with you on this Sunday afternoon. 2-0 Red Sox as Brewster looks to bounce back from a 1-2-3 inning in the second, in which Jackson Kent recorded 2 strikeouts. Leadoff hitter is the catcher Dylan Leach. First pitch, looping breaking ball, finishes inside, 1-0. From the line, the 1-0 pitch. Fastball called strike at the knees, 1-1. A nice frame job there by Ryan Stafford.
Leach, a native of Carthage, Texas, but has really taken a liking to the state of Missouri.
1-1 pitch, breaks down low in the dirt, 2-1.
He had played at Mizzou and is now transferring to Missouri State for his junior year.
Heading the count 2-1, the pitch. Lifted up foul behind home and out of play. That will go. 2-2 now the count to the leadoff man in the bottom of the third inning.
Played for Arkansas even before Mizzou, so another guy that's going through 3 schools in 3 years.
2-2 pitch. Grounder left side. That's a fair ball past Xander Darby all the way over towards the Brewster bullpen. And it's out of play. It'll be a ground rule double for Dylan Leach. First extra base hit of the day off of Jackson Kent. And a runner into scoring position right off the rip in the bottom of the third inning for Brewster. It's the leadoff man aboard. Michael Robertson now gets his first chance at the plate.
That is as close as a ball can be from going foul. It was really close over there at the bag, but call did not go ID's way. Really hard hit, made it all the way out to the fans.
Jackson Kent will pick off over towards second, and he nearly hit Leach right in the back, but just got it away from his body and into the glove of Theo Hardy, who's covering the bag from short. Runner on second, nobody out. First pitch to Robertson. He squares to bunt and bunts it right back up the middle. Only play is to first for Kent, and he throws it off the bag. Dub lead. And now he's called out, and there's an uproar from the Brewster dugout. Dub Gleed was way off the bag there, and YD got a very fortunate break there. If this call ends up standing, they're going to meet the umpires, and I wouldn't be surprised at all to see this get overturned. That was a much tougher play than it looked for Jackson Kent. He fielded that pretty cleanly, but then had to rush it over to first, and they will overturn the call that the runner is safe. Check on the score's decision, might be an E1. They're going to give him the hit, actually, as I think that's the right call. That'll put runners on the corners with nobody out for the top of the order, Tyler Perri.
Nicely done from Robertson, especially in the 9th spot. That flips the order. Runners on the corners, nobody out, and Brewster is in a very good position to bite back into this YD lead.
Perri flew out to center his first time up. If he could do that again, he would probably bring in a run. They're on the corners with nobody out for Jackson Kent. Corner infield coming a bit in. Middle infield and double play depth for YD. Left on left. First pitch. Runner goes. Swing and a miss. Stafford pumps down to second but doesn't throw. And it will be a move into scoring position for Michael Robertson, as Ryan Stafford making the executive decision there not to throw it down. Now 2 in scoring position and an 0-1 count for Tyler Perri. Kent set from just above the belt, and now will step off. Pump fakes over towards second. 0-1 the count. Perri, 1 for his first 5. The Ohio State Buckeye looking for his first RBI. 0-1. Fouled straight back. Just got a piece of that ball, breaking ball that was heading towards the zone, and it's 0-2. Working from the middle part of the lefty box. He's back in.
Perri batted .315 this year for the Ohio State Buckeyes.
Kent's pitch rolled over towards second. This will score a run. The throw on to first made by Ryan Jackson. But both runners on base move up as Leach scores, and Robertson moves to third. It's an RBI ground out for Perri, his first batted in of the season. And it's now a 2-1 game in the bottom of the third, and the tying run stands over on third base with 1 out for Davis Diaz, who is 1 for 1 with a base hit. Left on right, YD brings the infield in. Runner on third and one away in the top of inning number 3. First pitch on the way. Diaz takes in the dirt, ball 1. Nice move by Ryan Stafford behind the plate. Keeps that one from going to the backstop. 1 ball and no strikes to Diaz. Pitch. Breaking ball strike. Belt high, and it's 1-1. Diaz had 57 RBIs in 62 games for Vanderbilt. He has 10 this season. 1-1 pitch. Fouled straight back, and it's 1-2.
Recently against YD, he's been a base hit machine. Started off with 1 today. He had 2 the last time he faced YD. Prior to that, had not been very productive at the plate, but has improved a lot against the Red Sox since the beginning of the season.
1-2 pitch. Outside, stabbed at by Stafford. That evens the count at 2-2. Lefty on righty. Tan bat for Davis Diaz, trying to tie this game up at 2. 2-2 pitch. Sails high at the fastball above the shoulders there, and it's 3-2. First base is open for Jackson Kent, but with 2 strikes on, you'd hate to see a walk against Davis Diaz. Maybe a challenge pitch coming here at 3-2. Kent fires in. This one jammed out towards right. That's going to drop for a base hit. Run scores. Montgomery cuts it off before reaching the wall. That'll prevent a double, but it's an RBI single for Davis Diaz, who is now 2 for 2. And we are tied in the bottom of the 3rd inning. 2-2 our score, and still just 1 away for Josh Pearson, the LSU Tiger, who grounded into a fielder's choice his last time up.
Another one for Diaz, who's been so good at just putting it right over the heads of the infielders, spraying the gaps, getting on base. That's all you need to do.
Kent throws over, and Brewster dugout having a little fun. A very loud warning to their base runner on first, Davis Diaz, about the pickoff move. And Kent will throw over again, and it's just as loud the second time.
Pearson 0 for 1 with a fielder's choice. He reached as YD threw out the lead runner on second on a slow roller up towards Darby at third.
First pitch comes in. Swinging a foul tip. It was caught by Stafford, so that would have been a live ball as he jumped to his feet quickly, but instead it's just strike 1. Not sure if it's an optical illusion or what, but Pearson's bat looks very long when he holds it on his shoulder.
1-2-4.
0-1 with a runner on first, 1 away. The pitch, way up high, back pick to first is not in time, although it was close. Came to the opposite side of the bag there that it normally is from Stafford, who usually would throw outside of the first base bag and have Gleed grab it over the foul territory line and then pull it over towards the bag. That time he threw it to Gleed's right. 1-1 pitch. Bounces in, chested down by Stafford. He'll pick it up and pump over to first to send the runner back. 2 balls and a strike now to Pearson as Diaz remains on first.
Stafford has been rotating in with Manny Garza behind the plate. Both have been solid, but Stafford has been particularly good at keeping the balls in front. Very few pass balls.
2-1, breaking ball, chopper towards first. Lead up with it, flips to Jackson Kent, race to the bag, and Kent beats Pearson by a step. Runner moves up to second base as there was no shot for the double play. Diaz into scoring position, and now 2 away for Jared Jones in a tied game in the bottom of the 3rd. Brewster trying to add on to an already 2-run inning as we stand Red Sox 2 and Whitecaps 2.
YD witnessed Jared Jones' first home run of the season the last time here at Stony Brook Field.
Left on right, first pitch comes in. Swing and a miss on the breaking ball. Big hack there, and Jones could not connect to it. It's 0-1. Marietta, Georgia native and LSU Tiger, had 14 deep flies for the Bayou Bengals this spring. Oh, 1 pitch, breaking ball, comes up off the bounce for ball 2, and Stafford looked like he hit that one down almost with his neck area. Calls time and gets a new baseball. Count is 1-1 to Jones. YD has 3 guys on the left side of the infield to the right-handed hitter, as second baseman Ryan Jackson playing just about a step to the left of the second base bag and a few feet behind it. 1-1, the kick, the pitch, swing and a miss, another breaking ball low that Jones came up empty on. That was the pitch that got him his first strike. And it's 1-2. Kent set from the belt. 1-2 pitch. Outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Jones. Looking down at Jamie Shevchek at third. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Jones 0 for 1 with a fielder's choice. Trying to bring Brewster out in front for the first time. Pitch. Breaking ball, slowly hit chopper towards third, and it spins foul as Darby comes over and plays it just as it was making its way into the foul territory grass. It remains 2-2 to Jared Jones, who had to run that one out. He will take the long walk back to home plate. Bottom of the third inning, 2-2 our score between YD and Brewster as the Red Sox move down the home stretch of the season. 3 more games after this one, just 1 more on the road in the regular season, as the finale of the 44-game regular year will be at Spillane Field coming up in a few nights as the Red Sox take on the Wareham Gatemen in between now and then. Home games against Chatham and Orleans on deck for the Red Sox after this one here in Brewster. Back to the plate now. The 2-ball, 2-strike pitch comes in. Called strike 3 on the inner corner, and that ends the inning. So 2 runs come across for Brewster in the bottom of the third, and they have tied this game as we head to the middle innings. And we are level from Stony Brook Field. Stay tuned. It should be a fun one the rest of the way. You're listening to Red Sox Baseball on the Cape League Broadcast Network.
Top of the 4th at Stony Brook Field as Braden Montgomery leads off for the YD Red Sox. He's 0 for 1 today with a ground out. It was a maybe broken bat, certainly sounded like it. Slow roller up towards short. Bit of a shift on here for Brewster to the pull side. Montgomery's on the left. Holds off as ball 1 runs in on the legs. Clark Candiani back on the mound. In a 2-2 ball game, top of the 4th, Montgomery out of Stanford, but recently in the transfer portal. Pitch on the way, huge cut and miss, and the count moves to 1-1. Montgomery has gone for extra bases from both sides of the plate. The 1-1 comes in, another swing and a miss, strike 2. He's batting .286 through his first 9 games on the Cape. 3 doubles and a home run, good for 7 RBIs. Pitch comes in, just bumped foul off the tip to stay alive as the count will stay at 1-2. Montgomery leads off the inning for the Red Sox, who put up 1 in the first and second respectively. Brewster bounced back with 2 in the bottom half of the third, and we sit here tied in the 4th. Candiotti kicks and fires, pushed on the ground, foul up the first base line. Perri at third is shifted almost all the way towards where the shortstop would normally be. White, the shortstop, closer to the bag, really pinched in towards second. Another 1-2 on the way, flies high and away. Count evens up 2-2. And Jones all the way behind first, guarding this first baseline. Candiotti shakes one off. In the short pants with the pinstripes, now fires. The top of the zone, can't catch the edge, and it's 3 balls, 2 strikes as the count is full to Montgomery. Mississippi native. Here comes the payoff. Pitch foul and out of play over the backstop, and we'll do it again. Already the 9th pitch of the at-bat coming for Montgomery, who is running it up on Candiotti. He's up to 59 total pitches. He fires inside, ball 4, and a 10-pitch at-bat leaves Montgomery on first base. Tough break for Candiotti, who had him ahead 1-2 for a good while there. He thinks that one caught the zone, shaking his head. And he now has to face Hunter Hines, back-to-back power hitters in the lineup for YD. Hunter Hines hit his league-leading 11th home run yesterday. We've seen him get out there a lot of times, memorably, in a 2-0 win earlier this season for YD at Brewster. He hit a 2-run home run for the only runs of that game as ball 1 flies in on the outside hop. Montgomery takes his lead over at first, swinging the arms. Not a big lead. Candiotti checks and resets. From the stretch, pickoff comes in, and Montgomery back there head first. Infield again shifted to the pull side for Hines, who is 1 for 1 with a double, a liner up that first baseline in his first time around. Another pickoff towards first. And Montgomery in there safely. Count still 1-0 to Hunter. The lefty out of Mississippi State. An all-star for YD, leads the league in RBIs as well. First team All-SEC selection as a sophomore this spring. The 1-0 misses the top of the zone, ball 2. The strike zone has been tight today, especially up there by the letters. The call is not really coming at the top of the zone. Another pickoff coming in towards first, runner in there safely.
It's the second time that Candiotti has caught Montgomery leaning towards second base. There's been a couple of close pickoffs during this at-bat. Montgomery's got to be a little bit careful here.
His lead's not very big, but Candiotti has really nice pickoff move. It's very quick. 2-0, huge cut, pushed foul. 2 balls, 1 strike, nobody gone. Montgomery on first in a 2-2 ball game. YD and Brewster, after yesterday's loss in Orleans win, YD sits just 3 points clear, a game and a half of Orleans in the East, and the 2 teams will face tomorrow. A lot riding on this game, as a YD loss and an Orleans win could mean the winner of tomorrow's game will take that #1 spot in the East Division, which YD has led since June. Nearing the final regular season games, pitch comes in, called strike 2 on the inside half of the plate on the fastball. 2-2 now to Hines. We've only seen him swing once. He fouled that last pitch away. Candiotti has it folded at his hip. Now spinning the ball in the glove, staring down Hines. Into the motion, the 2-2 ripped into right field on a line. Same place, Montgomery rounding second, heading for third. Hines will hold up at first, and Montgomery takes a round around third. The throw comes in, he tripped getting back to the bag, and a nice relay from Brewster. Almost got him, but he just snuck his hand in there at the last second. Dangerous moment for YD, but nice piece of hitting from Hunter Hines on a 2-strike count. He's been putting it on a line a lot recently. And he has a single and a double today, 2 for 2.
Average starting to get back up. We have lauded Hunter Hines all season long, but he had seen that average dip just a little bit over the past few weeks. These last couple of days, though, the contact hitting has been back to where we have been used to seeing it.
Xander Darby, the UC Santa Barbara Gaucho at the plate with runners on the corners, nobody out, top of the fourth. First pitch drops in at the knees. Darby takes ball one. .66 pitches now for Candiotti. Dub lead on deck. Darby 0 for 1 with a flyout. Second time through the order now versus Candiotti. The 1-0 comes in, bounces low again in the dirt. Leach blocks it down. 2 balls, no strikes. And Leach wants a word with his pitcher. YD threatening here with runners on the corners. A passed ball could put them in the lead. And Darby, one of the few YD hitters batting over 300, has been really consistent. He's done well with runners in scoring position. 7 RBIs this season. He has 25 hits. 36 games played, has been the go-to third baseman for YD since the end of June. Candiotti fires. Breaking ball at the knees, just clips that bottom part of the zone, called strike one. Infield and outfield slightly shifted to the pull side. There's a lot of space out in left field. If Darby can beat that shift and send it opposite field, pitch comes in, bounces in the dirt, gets away from Leach, but rolls in front of the plate. So no play for either YD runner as the count moves to 3-1. Darby with the orangey tan and black bat. Stripe down the middle, separating the two. YD in their away reds with the white pants. The 3-1 flies in. Darby thought it was ball 4 off the plate, but it's called strike 2 and the count runs full. Turned away to start walking up that first base line, but now back in the lefty box. Candiotti shakes one off with the ball swinging, checks on the runner at first, now set at the hips. Number 44 in the white pinstripes fires the payoff. Check swing from Darby, low, ball 4, and the bases are loaded with nobody out for Dub lead.
Just held there, but gotta play it cool every time you do that. And that's what Xander Darby did. Unstrapped the pads and the gloves like nothing ever happened and sold that off well. And now see if Dub Lead can do some damage with one swing here.
Anything to the outfield could score Braden Montgomery if it's deep enough. Gleed is 0 for 1. He was rung up his first time at the plate. We might see a more aggressive approach here with nobody out. Top of the fourth still 2-2 at Stony Brook Field in Brewster, Massachusetts. First pitch on the way, holds off strike 1. Earliest start time for a game all season. Brewster, one of the 3 fields with no lights. Game start today was at 4:00 p.m., even earlier than YD's home games, which have 4:30 starts until the end of the season. Candiotti fires. Lead swings away at a pitch at the top of the zone and flies it foul behind the fence. He's down 0-2. High pressure moment, bases loaded, nobody gone, tie ball game. Candiotti takes a deep breath. Into the motion, the pitch ripped into right field on a line. That'll score at least one. Hines is held up at third, but Montgomery comes across, and Dub Gleed on the 0-2 count comes up with the RBI single.
Held your breath there as Gleed fell down 0-2. Last thing you want to do in that situation is strike out. You want to at least get something in play, but a nice two-strike approach from Dub Gleed. Got a pitch that was probably a borderline ball or strike near the top part of the zone, but got to extend his hands and get through that one, send it out to the opposite field for an RBI knock.
Nice work from Gleed, similar to Ryan Jackson, who came up, was down in the count, came up big with an RBI single, and it looks like that might spell the end. There's a meeting on the mound. First time a coach has come out to the mound. There is a little bit of action just starting in that Brewster bullpen. Looks like Tyler Mudd, the 5'9" lefty out of College of the Holy Cross, I believe, warming up, but Candiotti will have some more time as the meeting breaks up and he's still out there. 3-2 ball game. YD has taken the lead. Bases are loaded with nobody out for Ryan Jackson. Had an RBI single earlier for YD's second run. He's 1 for 1. Candiotti throws the first pitch. Jackson takes the fastball, strike one.
It's a fine take on the first pitch. It was painted on the upper inside part of the zone. That's going to be tough to hit very hard unless you're way out in front of it. And probably see something better later in this at-bat. You're fine with that take for Jackson.
The runners have their leads. Hines is the lead runner on third. The 0-1 on the ground towards third. And there is a rundown double play. That was really an interesting moment. So Hines comes in to score from third. YD plates one. Jackson put it up towards short. Darby held up a little bit at second. White got the force out at second and then turned it, Diaz, towards first. So it ends up being a 6-4-3 double play. Darby advances to third. So it's 4-2 Red Sox with 2 outs.
Yeah, that was just a decision there. Could have gone to try and get that runner in a rundown. That would have been the lead runner, but Brewster infield deciding it was more important there to just get the 2 outs, and it's going to lead to a new pitcher coming into the game as YD picks up an insurance run in the 4th.
So Theo Hardy, who is the batter on deck, will have a moment, and we will step aside as our new pitcher warms up. We'll be back to introduce Tyler Mudd after this on the Cape League Broadcast Network. Tyler Mudd, the lefty out of Boston College, coming in relief. Brewster did a nice job to get the first 2 outs on the board. YD still has a runner on third. That's Xander Darby. And they're at the bottom of their lineup for the second time with Theo Hardy at the plate. He's 0 for 1 with a flyout. Mudd fires the first pitch, drops low ball 1. On the shorter side for pitchers in particular, so that ball's not coming out of a very high arm slot. It's a lefty on righty matchup, and this one flies in high for ball 2. Enzo Apodaca on deck, led off the game with a home run, his first of the season. Got the scoring going for the Red Sox, 2-0 on the way at the shoulders, ball 3. If YD can flip the lineup over here, that'll be the 3rd time through in just the top of the 4th, which is where we sit right now. So YD leads 4-2. 5 hits for the Red Sox, the 3-0 on the way at the letters, ball 4. 4-pitch walk for Tyler Mudd coming in relief.
Now batting the center
And that does bring up Apodaca.
Number 3, Enzo Apodaca.
Apodaca played 2 years at Gonzaga, now in the transfer portal. He was an all-star for the Red Sox and has been phenomenal in the outfield. Batting .273 as the first pitch comes in just a little bit too far inside on the fastball for ball 1. 1-0 to the lefty. Pitch on the way, strike 1, top of the zone. Finally called, and it's 1-1 with 2 outs, runners on the corners for Enzo. He resets. Mudd nods, fires, comes inside, ball 2. Apodaca turns the hips away from it as it runs in.
So have some fun.
Apodaca said that he was not highly recruited out of high school. 2-run bumped foul to move the count to 2-2. He committed really late in his senior year to Gonzaga, which in Washington is close-ish to his home state of Arizona. And after 2 solid seasons, he's built up a little bit of a resume at Gonzaga and said he's really excited about all the options he has in the transfer portal. 2-2 flies in on the ground towards second. This should be it. Scoop by Diaz, toss in time, out number 3. But the Red Sox strike for 2 in the 4th, and they lead 4-2 as we head to the home half on the Keep League Broadcast Network.
Designated hitter from Auburn.
Bottom of the 4th out, Stony Brook Field. Jackson Kent back on the mound. YD leads 4-2. In the bottom of the 4th, Ike Irish leads off out of Auburn. For the Whitecaps, first pitch on the way, the breaking ball runs inside. The curve, a really slow moving curve at that, but Irish runs basically out of the box to avoid it. The 1-0 spiked in the dirt, gets past Stafford. Nobody aboard to take advantage of that as the count moves to 2-0. Kent out of Arizona has been here basically since the beginning of July. The 2-0 on the way. Bunt is shown. Irish runs through it and misses for strike one. This is Kent's 6th start of the season. Pitch comes in, strike two at the top of the zone. The fastball, 2-2 to Irish. He has a 2.25 ERA in 20 innings pitched. This one on the way, chopped slowly up towards short. Hardy has it off a couple bounces, and the throw onto first is in time. Out number one after a 5-pitch at-bat from Ike Irish, and we keep moving down the order as Brock Tibbetts, the Indiana Hoosier, is back up for his second time around. Tibbetts 0 for 1 with a flyout. Taps the plate to reset. His teal bat matching the Whitecaps uniforms as the first pitch comes in just off the plate. 4-1 against the righty. It's a lefty on righty matchup. The 1-0 flown into foul territory. Darby heading back on it, might have a play at the fence, and it just sneaks over. Out of play, and Tibbetts gets a lucky break. Counts 1-1. The whole left side of the YD infield running back on. All of them were in pursuit of that one. Carried a lot farther left than it looked initially off the bat. Not a lot of wind here today. That flag is dead as the 1-1 flies in at the bottom of the zone, strike two. Tibbetts is behind 1-2 with one gone. YD leads 4-2 at the bottom of the fourth. Kent fires. Strike three, swing and a miss from Brock Tibbetts on the fastball at the top of the zone, and it's 2 up, 2 down for Kent in the fourth. As Mason White comes up to try to prevent Kent facing the minimum in the fourth. Fourth strikeout for Jackson Kent in as many innings. First pitch on the way, strike one to White, who watched it go by and felt pretty confident it wasn't a strike just based on body language, but indeed sneaks in there. 0-1 ripped out towards right field. That's going towards the gap. It bounces. Montgomery has it off the one hop and throws it in quickly to prevent the double, but Mason White, nice piece of hitting, has him on first and evens up the hit count for each of these teams, 5 apiece.
Missouri State, number 31, Dylan.
We've seen a lot of action out there in right field, right center field today. Not as much on the opposite side for both of these teams. It's Dylan Leach now in the 8-hole. Kent checks the runner, now fires. Swing and a miss on the off speed as it comes in. Leach swings above it, strike one. Evenly spaced infield for YD on a sunny day. Sky is cloudless as the 0-1 spiked in the dirt, nicely chested down by Stafford. It's a ball and a strike to Dylan Leach, the righty out of Missouri State. The 1-1 bounced in the dirt again. 2 balls, 1 strike. Stafford all over it today.
He has been a wall. He's had to move around a good amount, but hasn't let anything get past him.
Small lead from White. Haven't seen a pickoff over there yet. YD keeping their 2-run lead, and this one is hammered out towards left field, sprinting over at the wall. Austin makes the grab on the run over the shoulder. Looked good off the bat, but the speedy outfielder keeps that one in the park and retires the side. Heading to the top of the fifth, YD leads 4-2. You're listening to YD Baseball on the Cape League Broadcast Network. Top of the 5th, YD leads Brewster 4-2, and Tyler Mudd is back on the mound to face Ryan Stafford leading off for YD, batting in the 2 spots today with RJ Austin on deck. White and Diaz chatting in the middle infield. Now the first pitch is on the way on the ground towards the middle infield, scooped by White at short, and the toss is well in time. 4 out, number 1, 1 pitch, 1 gone in the top of the 5th. Stafford retired quietly, and that brings up RJ Austin. Austin 0 for 2, a ground out and a fly out from the righty out of Vanderbilt, sporting the yellow arm sleeve as always. First pitch on the way, chopped up towards the middle infield. White has it and throws it over Jones' head. It gets away. That'll be absolutely an E6 on Mason White, and Austin is aboard.
Got a gift there. It's been a couple of testy type of plays at first base now that have drawn each first baseman off the bag. First one got the nod to be scored as a hit, but that one certainly will not be and is indeed going to be an error. That's the first of the game by either team.
Braden Montgomery back for his 3rd time around, 0 for 1 with a ground out and a walk. First pitch on the way, grounded foul up the 3rd base line. And that will be strike 1 as Montgomery now batting from the right side against the lefty pitcher. Reddy's back in the box. Mudd checks on Austin at first. Haven't seen a steal attempt from either team today. The 0-1 flies in below the knees, and it's a ball and a strike. To the switch hitter out of Stanford, former Pac-12 Freshman of the Year. First team all Pac-12 selection this spring. The 1-1 popped up foul over our heads. As Montgomery's underneath it, it reaches the hill behind us. It's the power part of the YD lineup with Montgomery, Hines, and Darby back-to-back. 1 gone, a 1-2 count. Mudd delivers. Lined up the middle into center field. Austin rounding second, heading for 3rd as it rolls into the glove of Michael Robinson. Austin will hold up Montgomery with his first hit of the day, and there are runners on the corners. 1 out for Hunter Hines, who's 2 for 2 with a single and a double.
Now batting the designated hitter from Mississippi.
A lot of really good contact from the YD bats today. Good amount of it has found the outfield, as does that one. Some of it has found gloves, but the Red Sox bats have been locating very well. They've tracked pitches and have hit around this Brewster pitching through these first 4 1/3 innings.
Big height difference here from Hines and Mudd as Hines rips it out towards right field. That's going back to the wall, and it's caught at the warning track by Josh Pearson. That looked like number 12. Austin tags from 3rd and scores, so it's an RBI sac fly for Hunter Hines. But that got everyone here on their feet.
Yeah, nobody really moved on the base pads, and everybody out on the field. It kind of looked like one of those no-doubters, but the only indication that that was staying in the yard was Josh Pearson making his way back to the warning track there.
YD leads 5-2. Mudd slings it over to first to keep Montgomery in check. He did not tag in advance. Xander Darby at the plate, 0 for 1, but has reached on a walk. He has a fly out to go along with that. First pitch comes in high and inside, ball 1.
I don't mean to throw Hunter Hines under the bus, but he hit a ball in that exact same spot during batting practice and joked with the coaching staff. He said, that's getting out during the game. And then hit one right to that same spot again.
1-0 flies high again, ball 2.
Did get the RBI, though, on the sac fly.
They'll keep that average perfect for the day.
Yep.
Darby ahead 2-0 with Montgomery on first, 2 gone. And ball 3 is low. Under the kneecaps, he's ahead 3-0. Mudd at just 5'9" on the mound. Darby well over 6 feet tall. They're about the same height here. The 3-0 inside again, but called a strike one, and Darby once again turned up to walk up that first baseline. Twice now today that's happened, but this time count moves to 3-1. Mudd fires. Looked like the exact same pitch, but that one called ball 4 inside. Xander Darby aboard, and runners on first and second for Dub Gleed, who had an RBI single his last time around on the line out to first.
Now batting the first baseman from
Excuse me, the line out.
number 4.
Liner to right field up the first base line. Fresh count for the righty out of UC Irvine. First pitch on the way, lined into left field this time. Montgomery rounding third, heading for home. The throw coming in, there'll be a play at the plate. Montgomery slides in safely, the ball comes out. Darby is gunned down by a mile at third, but it doesn't matter. Dub Gleed, an RBI single, scores Montgomery. It was a mistake to send Darby from third to third, but doesn't matter. YD plates 3 in the 5th, and it's 7-2 heading to the bottom half. It's Perri, Kitei, and Luke West Poley on the Cape League Broadcast Network.
Michael Robertson.
Bottom of the 5th, Michael Robertson leads off out of Florida on the left side as Kent loses his grip on a first pitch ball that flies in above the shoulders. Kent already into the motion. The 1-0 check swing. He went around strike one. The appeal from Stafford successful at third base. Robertson had his redshirt freshman year in 2023. The 1-1 on the way. The curves falls in top. Strike 2. Played in 66 games as a freshman at Florida. Made it all the way to the national championship. 1-2 on the way. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Jackson Kent continues to deal here in the 5th. And he has the first batter retired. In the bottom half of the inning, brings up Tyler Petterini, flipping the lineup for the 3rd time.
Ohio State, number 6, Tyler Petterini.
Petterini had a bit of a breakout sophomore season as the first pitch strike comes in and is taken by Petterini. Led the team in average at the end of the season. The 0-1 swing and a miss, chopped foul. Up that first line. Ended the year at 315, going into the final series of the year was at 319 to lead the Buckeyes. They finished just 6-15 in conference play. 0-2, chopped up the middle, off the gap. Jackson has it. Hardy eats it. Nice play to keep it in the infield, but he did not have the time as he had to run all the way over to the right half of second and decided to keep it instead of going for the tough throw on the run, and Tyler Petterini has the infield single.
Yeah, no play there. Hardy's got a cannon. We've seen it, but that's the smarter play to just eat that up and not risk anything, especially with what we've seen at first base so far with some tough throws.
The first pitch comes in and nails Diaz right on the leg, hits him around the knee, and has a smile on his face as he shuffles around to walk it off. Runners on first and second now with one gone. Kent up to 67 pitches.
Now batting, the right fielder from LSU, number 11, Josh Pearson.
Josh Pearson out of LSU 0 for 2, fielder's choice and a ground out. Trying to bite back into this one. A score correction, it's 6-2 Red Sox after putting up 2 in the 5th. Put up 1 in the first and second each, 2 in the 4th, 2 in the 5th. Brewster got 2 in the 3rd. First pitch on the way to Pearson, popped a mile high into the shallow outfield. Center field coming in on it. Hardy calls everyone else off coming over from short. There were a lot of Red Sox in the area, but good communication amongst 3 of them. And Hardy takes it out of the air for out number 2. Runners are held up.
That was a party. There were all sorts of red jerseys out there in right center field. But made the play, that's what matters.
Jared Jones out there. We have seen some drop on some miscommunication issues this season for YD, and on a play like that, it's never guaranteed. Jones 0 for 2 has been rung up, also a fielder's choice. Kent fires, big cut and miss, strike 1. Jackson Kent has ended 2 innings now by ringing up Whitecaps. 0-1 to Jones, the power hitter first baseman out of LSU. Also a catcher by training. This one on the way, swing and a miss over the break, 0-2. Runners on first and second for Brewster, 2 gone, bottom of the 5th. YD leads 6-2. Kent set at the hips, staring down his batter, hasn't broken eye contact, now checks over on second. He fires, drops in the dirt, ball 1. Jones resets in the righty box, has some dark blue wrist tape on to go with the teal stripes on the uniforms, the blue bat as well. The 1-2 on the way, drops low on the break. Stafford wants a word as the count's 2-2 with 2 outs. This will likely be the last inning. Kent will likely finish this one out. Stafford just gives him a tap and is on his way back behind the plate. The golden black helmet for Stafford today, the golden black chest pad, shining in the sunlight. YD with the Whitecaps on today, facing the Whitecaps, those white hats. Rhymes like Dr. Seuss. 2-2 to Jared Jones. Pickoff towards second. Quick spin move from Kent, but Perri was all over it and slid back in there. Jones shuffling around with the bat, weaving it vertical. Pitch on the way at the knees, and the call does not go Kent's way as the count has been moved full by 3 takes in a row now from Jared Jones. That one was the closest of the 3. Kent checks, fires the payoff, bounce in the dirt, ball 4. Bases loaded. Stafford keeps it in front, and Kent shakes his head a little bit as that brings up Ike Irish, the designated hitter from Auburn.
Number 24, Ike Irish.
Number 24 is stepping into the lefty box. Tyler Perri, the lead runner at third. Diaz on second after the hit by pitch. Jones walked and is aboard first. First pitch on the way, taken at the bottom part of the zone, strike 1. Irish is 0 for 2, has gone down swinging and grounded out. Red Sox lead 6-2, tying run technically at the plate in the form of Ike Irish. The 0-1 on the way, breaks inside, strike 2. Kent with a long pause. Irish weaving it below his knees, now set. The 0-2 on the way. Ripped foul, loud crack of the bat. The count will stay at 2-2. Irish takes a long time before putting the bat up at the shoulders. Another 0-2 on the way. Swings at it and lines it into the woods. Foul territory. That one likely would have been ball one. It was at the top of the zone, but at that point you can't take. A nice defensive swing from Irish. Will stay at 0-2. Kent trying to close this one out. Keep Brewster off the board. Pitch on the way. Just off the plate. Ball one. Some groans from the crowd. There have been some close calls today. Whitey infield shifted to the pull side. The 1-2 comes in. Called strike three. Breaks over the inside corner. Irish is irate, but Kent once again rings him up to retire the side, and YD hangs a 0 in the 6th. We head to the, hangs a 0 in the 5th. We head to the top half of the 6th when we're back on the Cape League Broadcast Network. Top of the 6th at Stony Brook Field. YD leads Brewster 6-2 thanks to 7 hits. Brewster with 6 hits and 1 error, but have only brought 2 across. Ryan Jackson leads off the inning. He's 1 for 2. Single and a ground out, has an RBI today. As ball one flies in up high from Tyler Mudd. The lefty back on the mound for the 3rd time. The 1-0 on the way, bounces low, ball 2. Jackson out of USC has stepped in to the middle infield for YD, mostly at second base. The 2-0 on the ground towards short. Slow roller White has it, the toss in time. After the stretch from Jared, Jones pulls him away from the bag, but he just keeps his toe on there for out number 1.
Don't know if Mudd got his glove on that one, but certainly did not roll very hard. That was a nice throw by Mason White.
Fresh count for Theo Hardy, 0 for 1 with a walk and a fly out. Takes a big stretch kick. First pitch goes after it and pops it up over the press box. Strike 1. Mudd kicks and deals. Nice frame at the bottom of the zone from Dylan Leach, moves the count to 0-2. Mudd into the motion, 0-2 on the way. Hardy offers at it and just bumps it away, foul. Keeps him alive in the at-bat. Bottom of the order for Hardy. We'll flip over back to the top. Top of the 6th, Mudd shakes off a couple, squared to the plate, now takes a deep breath. Into the wind, another 0-2. Just misses at the top of the zone. Theo was barely looking at it looked like, but takes for ball 1. He now squares back to the mound. Mudd working quickly. The 1-2 just bumped foul again at the end of it. Hardy came all the way around on it at the last second, 1-2. Third foul ball of the at-bat, 5 pitches already. Takes a brief practice cut, another 1-2 on the way. Skied out towards right field, coming in on it. Pearson makes the grab, just in foul territory, and Hardy is retired on the deep fly.
Now batting the center fielder from Gonzaga, number 3, Enzo Apodaca.
Enzo Apodaca at the plate, the lefty. Lead-off hitter. First pitch on the way, flies at his head. He turns away from it, ball 1.
Might have caught him on the bill of the batting helmet there if he didn't turn. Just got away from Tyler Mudd.
Dangerous up at the head. This time the fastball comes in at the hips. Strike 1. Apodaca kicks some dirt around in the lefty box. Mudd fires. Apodaca swings and tips it foul. One and 2 to Apodaca, starting off YD's 4th time through the lineup. Mudd delivers. Apodaca lines it past the glove of the diving Jared Jones at first base, gets to right field, and he has a single to put YD on the base paths here in the top of the 6th. Nice day for Apodaca, now a single and a home run.
Number 7, Ryan Stafford.
2 for 4 with an RBI and a run scored. Ryan Stafford awaits the first pitch, drops low, ball 1. He's 0 for 3 with a couple of ground outs and a fly out. Stafford, the catcher out of Cal Poly. The 1-0. Fastball breaks at the hip, strike 1. Mudd has it folded at the waist. Checks on the runner, looks down, pitch on the way, drops low, nicely picked by Dylan Leach. 2 balls and a strike with 2 outs at the top of the 6th. YD leads Brewster 6-2. Apodaca on first after the single up the first baseline. 2-1 on the way, ripped out to right field on a line, heading over Pearson. Can't get there, and it drops fair. Stafford holds up at first, and Apodaca makes it around to third. Really nice piece of hitting for Ryan Stafford. YD has been dangerous up the lines all day. That one made it out pretty deep, and Pearson just couldn't get there before it dropped. Runners on the corners for RJ Austin.
Yeah, just flew that one right down the opposite field line. That's going to go for a knock any day of the week. And I don't know, with 2 outs, Ryan Stafford, he's stolen a few bases these last couple of games. Maybe we see him sent at some point during this at-bat.
First pitch from Austin. Bounces in the dirt. He holds 4-1. Leach and Stafford, both behind the plate, have been really solid, keeping everything in front. We haven't seen a lot of pass balls today. The 1-0 on the way. Austin puts it on the ground towards short, and Mason White can't handle it. It sneaks by into the outfield. Second error of the day for White. Apodaca scores. Austin makes it all the way to second, and Stafford safe on third. White had it, it looked like, and then somehow it just rolled away from him. He had a couple of chances on it, and it kept going into the outfield grass. YD always heads up on the base paths. They add on another in the 6th, and the score is 7-2.
Yeah, that won't go down as a hit for RJ Austin, but that was phenomenal base running by him to go and take second base there. That ball just sat in left field, and There was just enough delay from the Brewster defense that Austin had no hesitation.
Montgomery rips it into left field. That'll score at least one. Austin rounding third. And there will be no play at the plate as Montgomery with the 2 RBI single and YD tacks on 3. They went 1-2 to start the inning, and with 2 outs, they've added on 3 runs. They lead 8-2. A base hit machine today that brings them into double digits, 10 hits,
Now batting the designated hitter
and a
is
whole lot of runs.
44, Hunter Hines.
It's 9-2 Red Sox. Hunter Hines at the plate with Montgomery on first. First pitch on the way, bounces in. Leach handles it, ball 1. Hunter Hines 2 for 3 today with a double, a single, and a really, really deep fly out that looked like it might get out of here. The 1-0 comes in low, and Hines is ahead 2-0.
It really felt like, didn't it, after that error by Mason White, that Braden Montgomery was going to take advantage? I don't know if we expected it that quickly on the first pitch, but I really felt like he was going to get that hit.
The 2-0 comes in below the knees, ball 3. We know Hines will have the green light here, especially with a 7-run lead if Mudd leaves it over the plate. YD is a team all season that's strung together hits on 2 outs, and they've strung together hits because they give each other a lot of confidence. Mudd blows it by him, and Hines swings away at the top of the zone, strike 1. They build off each other. The 3-1 on the way, bounces in the dirt, ball 4. Runners on first and second now for Xander Darby. Darby's walked twice and flown out once.
UC Santa Barbara, number 12, Xander Darby.
YD has only left 4 runners on base today. They've brought around the majority of their guys in this 9-2 ball game. First pitch on the way. Darby hammers it out towards center field. Coming back on it, Robertson in front of the wall is there. It's a deep center field here, 395 feet. That one probably went about 380 feet, but can't sneak out of the park. YD tacks on 3. They only haven't scored in 1 inning. That was the 3rd, and they lead 9-2, heading to the bottom half of the 6th on the Cape Cod Base Broadcast Network. Bottom of the 6th, and Ryan Delgado is back. It's his 3rd appearance for the Red Sox, and the last one was a gem. His ERA is high thanks to a tough first outing, but in his last one, went 6 innings pitched. Closed out a long game, allowed not a lot of hits, and he's back now after settling in against the competition. Delgado, the righty out of Cal Baptist University. Facing Brock Tibbetts, who puts it out towards left center on the first pitch, and it drops in no man's land. Austin has it off the bounce. 1 pitch, 1 hit for Brewster as they try to claw their way back into this one. Still have a lot of time left. It's just the 6th, but they're down 7 runs.
Number 39, Mason White.
Mason White up to the plate. 1 for 2, has a single today. Brewster still making their way through the 3rd time through the order. White has had a bit of a rough day in the field. He's responsible for 2 errors. Both of them, ironically, off the bat of R.J. Austin.
Yep.
He goes swinging on the first pitch, breaking ball, and he's late. Chopped foul, strike 1.
With Ryan Delgado in this game, in this type of lead, if you're YD, I wouldn't be surprised to see him carry you throughout the rest of this game. Last time he went 5 1/3 in relief.
Mason White, the Arizona Wildcat, the 0-1. Bounces in the dirt, nicely blocked by Stafford.
That tough outing, though, to start things off that you mentioned, Perry, was against Brewster back on July 18th. His debut gave up 6 runs, 5 earned off 6 hits in 1 inning, but rebounded and got the winning decision against Orleans out of the bullpen on July 23rd. Threw out over 100 pitches out of the pen.
The 1-1 comes in, bounced foul towards the YD dugout. Count moves to 1-2. Runner on first, that's Brock Tibbetts out of Indiana. Counts 1-2 to White as Brewster trails 9-2. 7 hits, 2 errors for the Whitecaps. Delgado kicks and deals, just got a piece of it. And it trickles foul again. Count will stay at 1-2. Delgado's success has come off the breaking stuff. Mixes a couple of different pitches in there. He has a slider, a curve. Fastball in the mix as well. Checks on Tibbetts. Set at the hips. Not a big kick in his windup. 1-2. On the ground towards second, a broken bat. Miscommunication from YD as both Hardy and Jackson went for it. Heads up from Jackson to know that no one was covering the bag at second. With the slow roller, gets the runner at first, so Mason White grounds out, but Tibbetts reaches second.
Catcher
Yeah, it would have been close about whether or not they had a play at second base. We have seen an inordinary amount of broken bats today. That was another one that sounded broken off the bat.
Fresh count to Dylan Leach. He has a double and a fly out as ball 1 drops in and away. 1-0 with 1 gone. Tibbetts in scoring position on second. Hardy is over there. YD shifted towards the pull side for the lefty Dylan Leach. Delgado checks his runner a couple of times. Now kicks and deals. Nicely breaking curve in there. Strike 1. Leach has the bat parallel with the ground, a big stride. Delgado flicks the glove a couple of times. The 1-1, grounded foul into the protective screen here in front of the YD dugout. Strike 2. It's been a long one here so far in Brewster. We're almost at 2 hours already, just in the bottom of the 6th. The 1-2, cranked foul up the third base line this time. Had no chance at being fair, but barreled definitely. One and two with 1 gone. Dylan Leach is set. Pitch on the way. Again, tipped foul, bounced it off himself. 3 foul balls in a row now for Leach. His double went up the third baseline. It just stayed fair by maybe a couple of inches. Delgado stationary. Has to be careful of the pitch clock now. Sideways, Hardy bouncing around at second. Another 1-2 on the way. Just misses the top of the zone. No movement from Leach as ball 2 flies in there. Nine to 2 YD. Bottom of the 6th. YD added on 3 in the top half. Brewster trying to fight back. Ryan Delgado on the bump. The 2-2 comes in. Again, just tipped foul as Leach puts a tiny bit of the bottom of his bat on top of it. And it bounces behind the backstop. 7 pitches already to Leach. Delgado is moving slowly. Now back into the stretch, checks on Tibbetts. The 2-2 swung on and missed. Strike 3. An 8-pitch at bat. Ryan Delgado stayed in there the whole time, and finally on the curve, Leach goes above it. And there's 2 gone in the bottom half of the 6th.
Good patience there from Delgado. Knew that in a 2-2 count, he didn't have to necessarily pound the zone more and had the freedom to throw that breaking ball there on 2 strikes. A nice pitch to get the swing and miss.
Really well located towards the bottom half. First pitch on the way to Robertson. Bounces in, nicely collected again by Ryan Stafford. Ball 1, but Tibbetts has no chance to advance. Delgado at the bat, his classic wiggling motion of the glove. Checks the runner, the 1-0. Flies in there at the top of the zone, strike 1. One and one with 2 outs. Bottom of the 6th at Stony Brook Field. Pitch on the way, huge cut and miss as it drops below the zone, and Robertson goes on top. That's been Delgado's chase pitch today. And it's down to the last strike of the inning for the Whitecaps, trying not to strand their leadoff base runner. Delgado fires. It's chopped slowly up towards third. Darby charges on the bounce. And the throw in time to Gleed. He tosses it aside back to the mound. And Ryan Delgado faces 4, allows 1 hit, but keeps Brewster scoreless in the 6th. It's 9-2 Red Sox as we head to the top of the 7th. You're listening to YD Baseball on the Cape League Broadcast Network.
Nine-2 Red Sox in the top of the 7th inning here from Stony Brook Field in Brewster. Luke Poley with Perri Kitei alongside on this Sunday afternoon. YD got 8 batters up to the plate in the last inning. The one man that didn't come up leads off. That's Dub Gleed. He's had a good day at the plate, 2 for 3 after taking a looking strikeout in the second. He's had a pair of base hits. Tyler Mudd back on the mound for Brewster. Lead stepped in, and we had time called. Now he'll get back into the righty box. Left on right from the wind, the first pitch. Sinks into the low part of the zone, painted up for strike one. Tyler Mudd came in partway through the fourth inning to get the final out as the 0-1 comes in. Breaking ball called strike two at the top part of the zone, 0-2. Mudd has allowed 5 runs, none earned in a 9-2 game. YD out in front. Starter Clark Candiotti in line for the loss right now. 0-2 pitch. Fastball low. It's a ball and 2 strikes. Tyler Mudd just threw his 51st pitch of his outing out of the bullpen as he's gone through 2 1/3 so far. Ball and 2 strikes to Gleed. The pitch way high and away. One got away from him. It's 2-2. Mudd, a very interesting journey to get to where he is now. He played 1 game for Falmouth last summer. Was at Holy Cross, had a medical redshirt this year. 2-2. Hit well out towards left field. Tibbetts backtracking on it, but short of the warning track, he is there to make the catch for the first out of the inning. Brings up Ryan Jackson with YD still leading 9-2 and the base is empty. Mudd announced he'd be transferring to Boston College. He's got 3 years of eligibility remaining. Only threw 5 2/3 this season for Holy Cross and got the waiver to claim the medical red shirt. He winds and deals the first pitch to Jackson. A breaking ball stabbed at high and away by Dylan Leach. It's a ball and no strikes. Stafford is 1 for 3 with a single and an RBI that came on a ground out. 1-0 pitch. Fastball high at the height of the YD patch on Jackson's left shoulder. 2 balls and no strikes to the USC Trojan. Quickly, the 2-0 pitch. Push the opposite way out towards right. Pearson backpedaling at the wall. He makes the catch. Another long fly out, 1 to each corner outfielder in this inning now for YD, and there are 2 gone with nobody on for Theo Hardy, the 9-hitter.
YD hasn't found the gaps in the outfield, but the launch angle hasn't been bad on these. It's been pushing it out. Unfortunately, just on line with where the outfield is standing for Brewster.
First pitch to Hardy on the way. And he takes a strike, 0-1. Hardy getting his second at-bat, or I should say third, as the 0-1 comes in and finds his zone for strike 2. Third at-bat against Tyler Mudd, where he's batting right-handed. Previously hit lefty against Clark Candiotti, the right-hander. Tyler Mudd is moving very quickly. Now he'll take a bit of a pause into this 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Brought the breaking ball away and got Theo Hardy to chase. Red Sox go 1-2-3 through the bottom part of the order in the top of the 7th, and it's stretch time here from Brewster. 9-2 Red Sox. You're listening to YD Baseball on the Cape League Broadcast Network. Bottom of the 7th inning, 9 outs remain for the Brewster Whitecaps in a 7-run hole against YD. They're down 9-2 in the final meeting between It's the Sox and the Caps in the regular season.
Ohio State University Buckeyes.
East Division playoffs are set.
Perri.
Only thing that has to move around are the seedings, but as things stand, these two teams will meet in the first round. Tyler Perri at the top of the order leads off against Ryan Delgado. Here's the first pitch. Framed up on the bottom part of the zone for strike one. Perri is 1 for 3 with an RBI groundout and a single. The base hit coming in his most recent at bat in the 5th. 0-1 from Delgado. Bounces in on home plate. It's a ball and a strike. 9-2 our score. The Red Sox really took hold of this one through the middle innings when they outscored Brewster 7-0 in the 4th, 5th, and 6th. 1-1 pitch to Perri. He takes the ball down and away, 2-1. Shade has encompassed home plate and the left side of the infield. Sun still beating down on the rest of the field. 2-1 pitch. Cracked on the ground up the middle, eaten up by the infield grass. It's off the second base bag into the bare hand of Theo Hardy, but he loses it on the attempt to throw it over to first. Perri will reach on a play that took a million different deflections, it felt like, and just bad luck for Theo Hardy as Perri is aboard. It will be a base hit for Perri, and that'll bring up Davis Diaz. Nobody out and a runner on first for the Commodore, who's reached base all 3 times. He's been up to the plate. He's 2 for 2.
Hardy had a chance at a really cool play, but you can't blame him. That ball took a really weird hop, hit the bag directly, and it would have been a really tough play.
First pitch to Diaz, sinks low for ball 1. He got very close to making that play. That ball hit Hardy's palm on his bare hand with the arm already cocked back, ready to make that throw, and just bounced out. 1-0 pitch comes in near the elbow, taken for ball 2. Diaz ahead, 2 balls, no strikes. Batting 1,000 against Ryan Delgado this season. Got a hit off him the first time these two pitcher and hitter met. 2 balls, no strikes. The pitch. Breaking ball down Broadway. It's 2-1. Runner on first, nobody out. Whitey in front by 7, 9-2. The Red Sox lead the Brewster Whitecaps. Short kick and deal. Called strike 2 on a similar looking breaking ball to that first strike pitch. 2 balls, 2 strikes now to Davis Diaz. Whitey standing game and a half clear. The Orleans Firebirds, who are in second place in the East Division. Those 2 teams will meet in 2 days. Whitey will be against Chatham tomorrow at 4:30. Both those games will be at Red Wilson Field. 2-2 to Diaz. Crushed out towards left field. Austin going back at the wall, and it is gone. Deep fly, Davis Diaz, his 3rd of the season. It's a 2-run shot, and that makes it a 9-4 ball game in the bottom of the 7th.
Another $50 to Family Pantry.
That ball was crushed out of there. Austin had no chance. It flew into the woods. Diaz got every single piece of that ball and more. Brewster strikes for 2. ID has the 5-run lead, but the score is now 9-4.
Josh Pearson will look to restart the rally as the bases have cleared out following the home run. It's a 9-4 game with nobody out in the 7th. First pitch on the way. And Pearson takes off the plate 1-0. He's hitless today, 0 for 3, but has reached on a fielder's choice. That was his first at bat back in the first inning. LSU Tiger. Right on left, the 1-0 pitch. Misses upstairs, 2 balls, no strikes. Those the first runs that Delgado has given up. Now in his 2nd inning in relief. Gets a recorded out here in the bottom of the 7th. 2-0 pitch to Pearson. Looping breaking ball flies off the plate, and it's 3 balls and no strikes. No free passes yet either from Delgado, but at risk of giving one up here, 3-0. From the belt, kick and deal. Fastball strike to get him over at 3-1. Delgado working out of the windup, standing tall on the bump. Squeezing the glove, the 3-1 pitch, swing and a miss. Up high at the shoulders. Pearson liked it, although it probably was not a strike, but a hittable pitch definitely. Couldn't connect with it, though, and the count is full. Delgado trying to battle back into the wind. The payoff offering. Outside ball 4. Pearson emphatically tosses the bat aside. First walk that has been issued out by Ryan Delgado, and it comes with nobody out in the 7th.
From LSU, number 51.
Man back on the base pads for Brewster. Runner on first for Jared Jones. A mountain of a batter in the righty box. Trying to cut into this 5-run YD lead at 9-4 in the bottom of the 7th. Delgado back out of the stretch, kicks and throws. Off the end of the bat, slow chopper. It's fielded by Delgado on the mound. He goes to second for 1. The throw on to first in plenty of time. It's a 1-4-3 double play, and it clears out the base pads. 2 away now in the bottom of the 7th. That says tailor-made as they come for a 1-4-3. And a relief for Delgado as we will get a pinch hitter for Brewster as Patrick Forbes will come in to hit. Was getting ready to just stand in and start the at-bat, but home plate umpires to take a second to put that one into the book. Patrick Forbes listed on the roster as a pitcher. The Louisville Cardinal. Right on right, first pitch on the way. Breaking ball on the front door for strike 1. Forbes batting for Ike Irish, who finishes the day 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts and a groundout. 0-1 the pitch. Down low near the shins. It's a ball and a strike. On the season, 265 hitter in 14 games. 1-1 pitch. And he takes ball 2. Forbes listed as pitcher / infielder. Ahead in the count here, 2-1. Bases empty, 2 gone. 2-1 pitch. Breaking ball in there for strike 2. Started up near the shoulders, ended up at the height underneath the belt, and it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Delgado trying to get Brewster down to their final 6 outs and retire the 7th. The 2-2 pitch. Breaking ball, broken bat over towards third on the ground. It's scooped up by Darby, and he throws over to first for the out. Unfortunate there for Patrick Forbes. Probably got good contact, but the bat absolutely exploded on him, and that retires the bottom of the 7th inning. Headed to the penultimate inning in the 8th. YD out to a 9-4 lead. Has been chopped down slightly off the 2-run shot from Davis Diaz. Red Sox look to add on when we come back. You're listening to YD Baseball on the Cape League Broadcast Network. Enzo Apodaca leading off for YD in the top of the 8th inning. 9-4 our score. The Red Sox are leading over the Brewster Whitecaps. Tyler Mudd back to the bump. Left on left to begin the 8th. First pitch on the way. Breaking ball chopped right up the middle. It's gloved by Mudd, and he will underhand flip about 20 feet over to first to get the first out of the inning. Apodaca 2 for 5 in what will likely be his final at-bat, I should say, as that brings in Ryan Stafford. Bases empty and 1 away. Couple of defensive changes to talk about for Brewster, as Tyler Petterini has moved from third base over to second. First pitch to Stafford. A strike at the top of the zone, 0-1. Also in his spot at third base, Hunter D'Amato out of Farley Dickinson. Next pitch on the way, lifted up right field, slicing away from the foul ground. It gets out of play, and it is 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes, 1 away in a 9-4 game. Red Sox in the driver's seat, although their lead has shrunk after a 2-run homer in the bottom of the 7th by Brewster's Davis Diaz. 0-2 to Stafford. Bounces in and he takes ball 1. Stafford 1 for 4, singled in the 6th inning and scored one of 3 Whitey runs that came across in that inning. An inning that was aided by a 2-out error on a grounder to short by R.J. Austin. 1-2 pitch. Stafford takes a check swing, appeal to first base, and no swing, according to our first base umpire, Federico De Jesus, on a pitch that dove low. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Stafford. The kick and the pitch. Fastball golfed out towards right field. Pearson going after it from right, and he will make the 2-handed catch near the gap on a ball that hung up there. That's the 2nd out of the inning. Pinch hitter for R.J. Austin. It will be Garrett Ostrander that will hit for him with the bases empty, 2 out. Austin finishes the day 0 for 4, but reached twice on 2 errors by Mason White, the shortstop for Brewster.
Number 5, Garrett Ostrander.
Right on right to Ostrander. Bases empty, 2 away. Whitey leading 9-4. First pitch on the way. Ostrander takes a strike on the lower part of the zone. 0-1. Ostrander, one of 2 from Cal Baptist in this game for Whitey. 0-1. Tipped foul, and it's 0-2. The other being the current pitcher in the game for the Red Sox, Ryan Delgado. We've seen one pitcher on each side that has carried the load pretty well through the middle and now into the later part of the game in relief. Each side has relied on a longer relief pitcher to get them through this one. 0-2 the count to Ostrander. The pitch way up high on the fastball. Ball and 2 strikes to Ostrander.
Ostrander has primarily come in as a pinch hitter late in the game, as he is today.
1-2, bounces in and he takes on a ball that scrapes the dirt.
Just
2 balls, 2 strikes.
6th at-bat of the season today. He is 1 for 5, batting .200 so far.
2-2 pitch. Fastball pushed the opposite way out into right. Pearson coming over near the line, and he makes the catch for the 3rd out of the inning. Red Sox go quietly in the top of the 8th, but still have a healthy lead as they try to carry their way through this one. Brewster down to their final 6 outs. They need at least 5, trailing 9-4. Back in a moment. You're listening to Whitey Baseball on the Cape League Broadcast Network. Yarmouth Dennis Red Sox want to thank Cape Cod Veterinary Specialists for sponsoring this broadcast. Cape Cod Veterinary Specialists provide premier emergency and specialty care for your beloved companions. They are located in Dennis and Buzzards Bay and are open 24 hours a day. Bottom of the 8th, 9-4, the Red Sox lead. Ryan Delgado still on the mound with Brock Tibbetts at the plate. Garrett Ostrander, who pinch hit for R.J. Austin, takes his spot in left. That's the only defensive change. First pitch on the way, and it bounces wide of the plate for ball 1 to Tibbetts, who is 1 for 3 with a single, a strikeout, and a pop-out. It was a 9-2 lead for YD before the 2-run homer in the last inning from Davis Diaz. He was subbed out defensively in the last half inning. 1-0 pitch to Tibbetts. Swing and a miss and a pitch in the dirt as Delgado gets him to chase, and it's a ball and a strike. Jackson Kent went deep enough into this game to get the win, going through 5, as now Ryan Delgado, if he could take this the rest of the way, would earn a save. 1-1, the pitch to Tibbetts. Down low for ball 2. 2 balls and a strike. YD looking to close out the divisional race over the next couple of days. If the Red Sox win today and tomorrow, 2-1 pitch on the way. And it's a strike in there, 2-2. They would need 1 loss either today or tomorrow from Orleans to clinch the division title, as they stand a game and a half up. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The count to Brock Tibbetts from the belt, kick and deal. Fastball pushed into shallow right. That'll drop in for a base hit. Tibbetts 2 for his last 2, and he is aboard to lead off the bottom of the 8th. The Indiana Hoosier having a solid day at the plate for a Whitecaps team that has not had a shortage of hits in this one. They have put up 10 hits against the Red Sox. Mason White now the batter, runner on first, nobody out, with YD still up 9-4. White 1 for 3. Delgado back out of the stretch. Right on left. Throws the first pitch. Breaking ball bumped foul right behind home. Ryan Stafford bore the brunt of that one behind home plate, catching for the Red Sox. Well, it looks to be just fine. A smile between him and home plate umpire Vincenzo Mariano as the count moves to 0-1 to Mason White. Oh, 1 pitch. Breaking ball in the dirt. It kicks away to the left of Stafford. That will allow the runner to move from first to second. Tibbetts takes a long turnaround second as Stafford got a late jump getting to that ball, but he gets there in enough time to limit Tibbetts to 90 feet. He moves up into scoring position and will hold on second base. 1-1 now, the count to Mason White. A chance to maybe drive in a run with a runner on second now with nobody out in the bottom of the 8th, trying to cut into a 9-4 YD lead. Delgado with his glove pinned on his front hip. Now he sets, squeezing and unsqueezing the glove. The 1-1 offering on the way. Fastball low, squeezed between the legs by Stafford, and it's 2-1. White, the Arizona Wildcat, batting 1,000 against his fellow West Coast mate Ryan Delgado this season. Coming into this game before he grounded out to second in his one at-bat against Delgado thus far. 2 balls and a strike, and pitch. Rolled over first base side and foul. And it's 2-2. Hits are level at 10 aside. Additionally, each side has seen 1 home run, but YD with the best of Brewster so far at 9-4. Whitecaps are down to their final 6 outs. They've got a man in scoring position to work with in the bottom of the 8th. Still 2 balls, 2 strikes to White. Kick in the pitch. Broken bat. He loses the barrel end as it flies into foul territory, and the catch is made by Dub Gleed, who went back near the YD dugout and made a nice grab in foul territory. Got absolutely sawed off, Mason White did. He's still got the handle of the bat in his hands. The barrel flew all the way over the dugout, over the screen above the dugout, and on to the walkway area behind it. 1 away as the runner stays put on second base for Dylan Leach.
Somebody's going to go home with a really cool souvenir today. That was crazy looking.
First pitch to Dylan Leach is off the plate on the breaking ball for ball 1. That was certainly something. That is getting jammed 101 right there by Mason White. Ball and no strikes. The pitch, swing and a miss, strike 1. the part that went unnoticed about that whole thing, that looked like a really tough play for Doug Gleed to make it foul territory, and he made a nice catch. Everybody, though, including myself, was focused on the bat that had flown about twice as far as the ball did.
It's also super hard to see down the line here from our vantage point. We're blocked by the YD dugout.
1-1 pitch, and Leach bounces it over towards second. Hardy coming across from short, lost it, recovers, throws to first, not in time. Scooped that one up, dropped it on the ground, picked it back up with his bare hand and nearly had the runner, but Leach beats it out. Runner moves from second to third as well, so Tibbetts onto the left corner, Leach onto the right corner. That'll go down as an E6 for YD. Michael Robertson now up to the plate, first and third, and one away in the bottom of the eighth. Brewster trailing the Red Sox 9-4. Another left-handed hitter against the righty in Ryan Delgado. Eyeing in on his battery mate Ryan Stafford behind the plate. Now looks over at first before setting. Small lead on first from Dylan Leach. First pitch on the way. Breaking ball sinks low. That's ball one. Ball and no strikes to Robertson, who was 1 for 3 with a single and a run scored. That was in his first at-bat since he has struck out and grounded out. YD infield playing him pretty straight up. 1 ball, no strikes. Runner goes. The pitch is tapped foul. 1 ball, 1 strike to Michael Robertson. Delgado racking up the pitch count, but not much of a problem. So get into triple digits in terms of pitch count in relief his last time out in 5 1/3 innings in relief, getting the winning decision. He's gotten a decision in each of his 2 appearances this season. He will check on the runner at first. He would get a save in this one if he could pitch the final 4 innings of this game. He's had a nice comfy lead to deal with, though, the entire time. Right now it stands at 5 for YD. Ball and a strike to count to Robertson. The coil and the pitch. Misses outside, 2-1. Kind of circles his front leg more than really lifting it up. Delgado has an interesting delivery that we've talked about before. Behind in the count on Robertson, 2-1. Kick and the pitch. Breaking ball slides off the plate, 3-1. Three balls and a strike. Brewster looking for base runners. Stranded them loaded in the 5th. A walk here would load the bases. Top of the order on deck in Tyler Perri. A long hold from Delgado, and now Stafford calls time from behind the plate and walks out to go talk to his pitcher on a brief pitcher-catcher conference.
2 regular season home games remaining for the Whitecaps. We'll be right back here on Monday tomorrow at 4 p.m.
Hits are level at 10.
Second last game of the regular season.
9-4 our score with YD leading. Florida Gator Michael Robertson at the plate. He'll be followed by the Ohio State Buckeye Tyler Perri, who has been very productive at the plate today for Brewster. Not a guy that you want coming to the plate in this situation if you're YD, with Brewster looking to rally in the late innings. Double play could get Delgado out of it as the meeting has subsided. 3 balls and a strike to count. A long hold, now the pitch. Breaking ball low, and it squirts away in between the legs of Stafford. Runner will move up to second on the walk, and scoring from third, Brock Tibbetts comes in. Robertson tosses the bat aside. It's now a 9-5 ball game. It won't be a bases loaded situation, but that's because the man on third has already come in to score as Tyler Perri strides up to the left side of the plate.
The second baseman from
First and second with 1 away in a
number 6, Tyler
newly made 4-run game. Excuse me. It's now 9-5 in the bottom of the 8th inning.
Perrini's 2 for 4 today. 2 singles in his last 2 at-bats. Coming into this one hot.
First pitch on the way. Breaking ball down low, smothered against the dirt by Stafford, 1-0. In addition to Perrini's 2 hits, one of his outs that was recorded was a ground out in the third, and he got an RBI on it. So he's been producing at the plate in different ways. And now we see Scott Pickler out of the dugout with Ryan Delgado already getting ready to throw the next pitch. He was almost set when Pick came out of his post on the top step from the right side. He will meet the infield here. First and second with one away. And we will see a call to the bullpen for YD, as it looks like they're going to bring in Boston Mabius to try and shut this one down. So when we come back, it'll be first and second, one out for Boston Mabius. The BYU Cougar, he takes over in a 9-5 game, led by YD. We'll return in a moment. Should be a fun one here from Stony Brook Field. Don't go away. You're listening to YD Baseball on the Cape League Broadcast Network. Nine-5 our score in the bottom of the eighth inning. Brewster has already scored one in this inning, looking for more as they trail by 4. They've got first and second with one out as YD brings in Boston Mabius, who looks to shut things down here in the eighth. This is a situation that could earn Mabius the save. The lefty out of BYU coming in the bottom of the eighth to face the top of the order in a 1-0 count to Tyler Petterini. First pitch from Mabius is a breaking ball way up by. Petterini leans out of the way and takes ball 2. Mabius, the senior out of Orem, Utah, from BYU, making his second appearance on the year.
Last time went 3 innings, allowed 4 hits, no runs.
2-0 pitch is in there on the fastball, a strike, and it's 2-1. That was against Orleans in a 5-0 win. That was 6 days ago for YD, so pitching off plenty of rest.
Had 4 strikeouts in there, too, in the 3 innings.
2-1 count, the pitch. Liner over towards second. Off the short hop, it gets past Ryan Jackson and into right field. Leach rounding third. He looks to score. Now going towards second. The throw is in time from right field as Petterini was trying to motor in for a double. And that's a big one from right field. Braden Montgomery throws out the runner at second. That's the second out of the inning. It's now a 9-6 game with the run scoring and Robertson moving to third, but an ill-advised rally-killing type of run there from Petterini. who will get the RBI single, but is thrown out trying to stretch it.
Really nice play from Montgomery for a very important second out.
First pitch to Hunter D'Amato. Breaking ball in the front half for strike one. D'Amato hitting for Davis Diaz, who finished the day 3 for 3 with 2 singles, a hit by pitch, and a home run. D'Amato came on as a defensive sub for him in the top of the 8th. 0-1 pitch now. Breaking ball in the other batter's box, hits a ball on a strike. So a runner on third with 2 outs in a 9-6 ball game. That run does not go against Boston Mabius. It goes against Ryan Delgado. 1-1 count. Mabius kicks and throws, and it's down low for ball 2. This is the second change we've seen be made in the lineup by Jamie Shevchuk, the first being Patrick Forbes for Ike Irish. Hunter D'Amato and Fairleigh Dickinson in Coral Springs, Florida. 2-1 pitch on the way. Beaten into the ground over towards second. Jackson fields between the legs and throws over to first to retire the side. 2 more runs for Brewster in the bottom of the 8th. They've made this a game as we head to inning number 9. It's 9-6 Red Sox. You're listening to YD Baseball on the Cape League Broadcast Network. Top of the 9th inning, and YD leads it 9-6. The Red Sox, one more chance for insurance before, in all likelihood, it will be Boston Mabius in the bottom of the 9th that looks to slam the door on Brewster, who's been rallying. They've scored 4 unanswered to come back from a 9-2 deficit to make it a 9-6 game. Braden Montgomery at the plate, first pitch. Popped sky high into shallow left field. Tibbetts coming in on it, and he will make the catch for the first out of the inning. One away for Hunter Hines quickly as YD has seen this lead falter. Red Sox have not scored since the 6th as the bats have been quiet, and that is now 8 in a row that have been retired. First pitch to Hunter Hines, and he went around for strike 1.
Similar story to yesterday. YD took a 6-2 lead over Harwich and then did not score after the 4th inning. 0-1
pitch. Rolled softly, right side. Mudd running to it, smothers with 2 hands and flips over to first for the second out. 2 away in the top of the 9th inning, and Xander Darby will look to prevent the 1-2-3 for a 3rd straight frame for the Red Sox at the plate. 9-6 ball game, bases empty, 2 gone. Tyler Mudd has done a nice job following a bit of a shaky start. He has really smoothed things out here in the late innings and given his team a shot. First pitch to Darby. A strike on the bottom part of the zone. 0-1 to Darby, who is hitless today but has walked twice. 2 flyouts for him. 0-1. Cranked foul, out of play on the left side. And it's no balls, 2 strikes to the UCSB Gaucho.
It's a tall ask for the Whitecaps, a 3-run ninth, but it's definitely not out of the question, and they've been hot in the last two.
0-2 was low the whole way, and Darby lays off. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Xander with the bases empty. Brewster has scored 2 in each of the last 2 innings at the plate. They also scored 2 in the third to get them up to their game total of 6. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Mudd winds and deals. Called strike 3, a fastball in the lower part of the zone. And the Red Sox go quietly at the plate once again in the 9th. They will look to their pitching to try and close things out as the bats have gone quiet down the stretch in this one. Red Sox lead at 9-6, and they will look to slam the door when we return. It'll be Boston Mabius trying to earn the save. That when we come back. You're listening to YD Baseball on the Cape League Broadcast Network. Bottom of the 9th inning, the Brewster blue and green caps turn inside out for the bottom of the 9th as they look for the rally. They're trailing 9-6, and it will be Josh Pearson starting things off, anchoring the 3-4-5 part of the order that will try to get Brewster back into this game as Boston Mabius looks to earn the save. Darby coming in on the grass at third. First pitch on the way. Is a breaking ball down low, taken for ball 1 by Pearson, who is hitless today. He is 0 for 3 with a walk in his most recent plate appearance in the 7th. Brewster with 10 hits even to YD's tally, but just 6 runs to show for it. 1-0. Breaking ball down low again. 2 balls, no strikes. Brewster has scored 2 runs in the 7th and 8th after they didn't score any in the middle 3. Pearson ahead 2-0. Lefty on lefty. Mabius kicks and throws. A fastball hammered on the right side through the ground. That's into right field for a base hit. Doug Gleed gave a diving effort at it. Might have got it off the bottom of his glove, but a really tough play to ask the YD first baseman to make. It'll be a single for Josh Pearson. And potentially a rally starter for Brewster as the tying run now on deck. Jared Jones at the plate. The other LSU Tiger in the lineup. He is 0 for 3 his last time up. Grounded up the middle into a 1-4-3 double play with Ryan Delgado on the mound. This is the first he'll see of Boston Mabius. Left on right, runner on first, nobody out. First pitch on the way. Way up high for ball 1. Stafford fully extending the arm to keep that one from going to the backstop. 9-6 our score in the bottom of the 9th.
We know Brewster can really string it together. They put up 17 hits on YD at one point this season. The most hits YD has allowed in a game.
1-0 pitch is in there for a strike. Breaking ball just fell enough to clip the top part of the zone. Mabius has the count at 1-1 on Jones. 227 hitter. Mabius set at the shoulders. Looks over at first now, deals. Fastball high. Slight movement of the hands by Jared Jones, but he held up and he's ahead in the count 2-1. Two balls, 1 strike. Mabius's pitch. Breaking ball is hit well out towards left field. Ostrander going back, and he makes the catch, crouching at the warning track. Runner will hurry back to first. Jared Jones came up just short of putting Brewster within one. It wouldn't have tied the game, but it would have given them a lot of momentum, potentially what they would have needed. Instead, one away, and just 2 outs remain. A runner on first as the Whitecaps remain down by 3, and the batter is Patrick Forbes, who gets his second at-bat after coming on as a pinch hitter in the 7th.
Not an easy play at all for Ostrander out there, and a really big one.
Maybe it's his first pitch is punch foul.
He had a long way to run out towards left center, and that was falling quickly. But he got his whole body behind it low and made sure that ball did not touch the ground.
0-1 count. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Maybe it's got the fastball by him there, and it's 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. Boston Mabius with the glove resting on the right chest. He shakes one, likes the second. 0-2 pitch. Breaking ball hammered foul on a line into the sidewall on the left side. Tying run on deck for Brewster. And Forbes stays alive with a loud foul ball to keep it at 0-2. Mabius kicks and fires. Just atop the zone there. 1-2 now the count to Patrick Forbes. A tough 2-strike take, but had a good eye for it.
This zone at the top has been so small today. There have been almost no called strikes, regardless of where they are over the plate, if they're up above the hips.
1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss on the breaking ball low. And that's a strikeout for Boston Mabius. That's the second out of the inning. And Brock Tibbetts now represents the final out that YD needs to get. 2 away, runner on first. Red Sox lead at 9-6. If they get through Brock Tibbetts, it's victory number 23 on the season for YD. Tibbetts is 2 for 4. Both of his singles coming in his last 2 at-bats, trying to keep the game alive for Brewster. First pitch to the Indiana righty on the way. Taken in near the belt for ball 1. Ryan Jackson shadowed towards second base on the right side of the infield still for YD, but playing closer to the bag. Room to go the opposite way in the infield for Tibbetts. 1-0 pitch, runner goes, and the pitch is in for a strike as Stafford will let Pearson have the bag at second. He does not really matter for the Red Sox. That eliminates the force. And so now a runner on second, but Brewster will need a couple more behind him. And that's why there was no throw and no risk from Ryan Stafford. Ball and a strike, the count to Tibbetts. Kick and pitch. Swing and a miss on the breaking ball low. And the Whitecaps are down to their final strike. Mabius takes a breath, looking over towards his dugout, climbs on the rubber. 1 ball and 2 strike, the count to Brock Tibbetts. YD trying to put a lid on this one. The 1-2. Swinging a grounder up towards second. Right at Ryan Jackson, fields between the legs, throws to first. It's in time, and the ball game is over. The Red Sox hold on as the lead dwindled in the late innings, but they finish it out with a 9-6 victory over the Brewster Whitecaps and complete the sweep at Stony Brook Field this season as the Red Sox took all 3 meetings at this field in the regular season. These 2 teams will likely see each other again, although it will not be in regular season play. These 2 teams projected still to play each other in the postseason, and so we may see them then. But for YD, this just inches them 1 step closer to the eventual goal of winning that division and getting the home field advantage as we continue to move down the stretch of the regular season. Big win here, Perri, for the Red Sox. The bats came to play in this one. Starting pitching was excellent from Jackson Kent, as he has been all season. He's been Mr. Reliable for the Red Sox. When you see his name in the starting pitcher's box, you really feel like you're going to get a quality start, and he certainly did give out one as he will pick up the win. Red Sox let this one get a little bit testy down the stretch, but it was really their game from start to finish.
We've seen almost a flip of the switch this season. YD at the beginning was really a late game team. They came to rally in 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, and today in the past couple of days they started off early strong, and today they did get the run support enough through the 6th, even though they went, I think, 9 in a row from the 7th, 8th, 9th. To put up 9 runs, they were up 9-2, and it really felt like Brewster was threatening, even though there was still a big run gap. So really nice work from Boston Mabius to come in, absolutely shut the door. There were some nice plays in the field, some unlucky bounces all around, but at the end of the day, a win is a win. YD got it going, 10 hits up and down the lineup. Enzo Apodaca, first home run of the season on the first at-bat of the ball game. That was a sign of things to come, and this was especially massive considering that Orleans is up 4-0 on Hyannis in just the 3rd inning over at McKeon Park. So YD puts up 2 points. They're now ahead by 5, but Orleans could close that back to 3, and the two teams face tomorrow, which should be a good one.
And so YD picks up the victory in this one as the Red Sox pick up the win once more. And the winning pitcher in this one is Jackson Kent, as he went 5 innings, 6 hits, 2 runs, both earned, 1 walk, and 6 strikeouts for the Arizona Wildcat, who was very, very, very strong in this one in the start. Really gave his team the time they needed to take the control that the bullpen carried out the rest of the way. Ryan Delgado held this one out, and the save to Boston Mabius, who went an inning and 2/3 with 1 hit and 1 strikeout of scoreless ball. The losing pitcher in this one goes to Clark Candiotti, who went 3 2/3, gave up 4 runs, all earned off of 4 hits. Tyler Mudd was really strong out of the pen. He gave up 5 all unearned runs, but covered 5 1/3 innings for the Whitecaps. Ate a lot of them up in the late part of this game. Gave his team a shot, but the offense failed to produce for him, and they fell just short of a late comeback here in this one. Brewster will be back at home against Kitei tomorrow at 4 o'clock for YD. They will take on Chatham Anglers. 4:30 is the start time between Red Sox and Anglers tomorrow. Final meeting of the season between those two teams, as the Anglers had their season ended last night, as they will not be competing in the postseason. But YD will face off against them tomorrow for the final time, and it will be Jason Doc Torzik taking the mound, who delivered one of the most thrilling pitching performances of the season last time he was out. You don't want to miss it. 4:30 start from Red Wilson Field. Will be on the air also, if you can make it out, here on our YouTube channel as always. And that will wrap things up for tonight here from Stony Brook Field in Brewster. Thanks so much for tuning in. We'll see you tomorrow. Until then, for my partner Perri, Kitei, and our entire great crew, my name is Luke West Poley saying so long. Red Sox win it. Final score, YD 9 and Brewster 6.